Well, Jason, thanks for joining us. It's a few days now since the game at Exeter. It was a very frustrating afternoon at the time. Has it grown any less frustrating over the last few days?
No, unfortunately, it's football, Tony. You have to get used to it, don't you? But it has a habit of kicking you where it hurts at times. Obviously reflecting on the game, we were really pleased with our efforts on the day and our performance levels. We felt certainly going in at half time that we should have been a goal at least to the good, if not two. But we were pleased with the amount of chances that we created, but obviously disappointed with the fact that we didn't convert any of those chances into goals. And the longer a football match goes on, when you haven't taken your opportunities, then you're always sort of susceptible to something at the other end. And unfortunately, we conceded a goal, sort of in the sort of 68th minute or whatever it was, and I think that just gave Exeter the lift that they needed on the day, because I felt that we'd managed to nullify them very much so, and we're certainly on the front foot. But it gave their crowd a lift, their team a lift, and obviously they then broke away and scored a second goal. But very disappointing with the result. Felt that we certainly deserved a lot more than we got. But hopefully that will turn around and we'll get something another time during the season that maybe we didn't deserve.
And the second half had gone the same way in the first sort of 20 minutes, and their goal was scored as a result of one of our attacks breaking down.
Yeah, and obviously disappointing from that point of view. But like I said, really pleased with our sort of intent at the start of the game, and certainly first half I would say it's right up there with as good as we've performed this season. So we're really pleased with the game plan that we put in place and the way that we played against Exeter. Like you say, we started the second half in a similar sort of vein of form and had chances then to score, which unfortunately we didn't convert. But conceding against the run of play was hard to take, and like I say, it just gave them a lift, and unfortunately we were unable to come back from that on the day. But the boys are in good spirits, as they always are. They never get too low, which is a great sort of accolade for them. But they've trained really well this week, and we're looking forward to the game on Saturday.
It's not the first time we've spoken after a game about chances being missed. We talked about the Hartlepool game where 1-0 was ever more precarious lead as it went on. Is there any concern about that on a sort of general basis, or do you think it's one of those things that goes in phases and eventually it'll come right?
Yeah, I think if you look at
us, will go in.
If you look at us last season, we were creating numerous chances and we were top goal scorers in the league. So I certainly don't think we need to panic just yet, not converting the chances. But I think we're all aware that we need to be sort of taking our chances when they come at certain parts of the game. When you're on top, as we have been, it's important to make advantage of that and to score your goals. So we've done a little bit of work this week, but we're not overemphasising the fact. We're confident that we're creating numerous chances and numerous opportunities in and around the box, and it's only a matter of time before they convert into goals, and we'll be the better for it. So I think we're patient enough to wait for that, but obviously mindful of the fact that goals win games, and we need to start putting them away.
Been a little bit unsettled up front with Toby having to go off injured on Saturday, and Omar having been away for a couple of weeks. Do you think, and Donovan being ill, do you think that's been a contributory factor a little bit?
Yeah, I think in general it's been a bit of a disrupted season so far, with a sort of numerous injuries, and then obviously the COVID hitting us a couple of weeks back, and we've still sort of 2 or 3 players that are feeling the effects of that. So we've had to be careful with our team selection and who we're playing. And unfortunately, I think Toby's injury came as a result of sort of going maybe 3 games in a row after being out for a long period during pre-season. But needs must, and we had to sort of go again with Toby. So hopefully it's not a serious one and he won't be too long. But we're starting to get a few players back now, which is strengthening the squad. Omar being another one that, like you say, missed out last weekend, but all being well, he'll train before the weekend and hopefully be back into contention for the game. But like I said to you, the squad gets on with it. We certainly don't feel sorry for ourselves, and I'm sure we'll be in a good spirits ready for Saturday.
Looking forward to Saturday back at home, where we've won our last 3 league and cup games. Visit from Carlisle, who we've never played before. It must be another game that everybody's looking forward to.
Oh yeah, definitely. And getting back to the home form, I think the pitch is improving all the time, which will be good for us. So it'll be good to see how that's improved since our last game against Hartlepool at home. So I think everybody likes playing at home, particularly in front of our fans. And hopefully we can put on a good performance and pick up another 3 points.
And what are we expecting from Carlisle that you've seen so far?
Yeah, they're without stereotyping them, they are a typical League Two side. They've got good strengths. They're physically imposing. They've changed their shape in and out of games a little bit, and personnel, especially at the top end of the pitch. But we're doing our homework, and we're looking at them in terms of their strengths and their weaknesses. But if you look at their form, they've been involved in a lot of tight games. They've drawn 4 out of their 8 league games, won 2, lost 2, and they all 8 of those games could have gone in a different way depending on chances taken or missed on the day. So we know very much what League Two is from our own experience so far, and I'm sure it'll be another tight encounter on Saturday.
After a month or so, how have you sort of found the main difference between League Two and the National League from your point of view?
Well, I think the level is obviously higher. I think there's a lot technically better players over the division, and I think we've had to certainly be at the top of our game to compete. I think people would look at us and say we certainly don't look out of place, but we are still learning the division, and that's from the management all the way through to the players. But we're confident that when things settle down into the season, that we'll grow within that and get stronger as the season goes on. And for us right now, it's learning from mistakes that we're maybe making that have cost us during games. But then also, we're mindful of the fact that we could certainly be sitting here 4 or 5 points better off if little moments had gone our way in games. And so the biggest thing is learning from the things that have maybe hurt us in games, but also sort of keeping the momentum with the messages we're giving the players in terms of how we play and how we want to play and how we can hurt opposition. And we've shown that numerous times already in the games we've played, that when we play as well as what we think we can create chances and we can hurt teams. And we'll certainly be looking to continue that.
We've touched on Omar and Toby. Other players hopefully coming back. What's the general team news for looking ahead to Saturday?
Yeah, I think we're pretty much got a full squad. John Barden obviously is still maybe a week away, but he's back in training this week. And Toby obviously with his hamstring. But apart from that, hopefully we should have a fully fit squad to choose from, with Isaac Alafi coming back into the squad this week. So he's trained the first couple of days, so we'll see how he is, whether making sure there's no sort of if you like effects of his training this week, because he's pretty much had a whole sort of pre-season and start of the season out. So we have to be a bit careful with him. But all being well, if he trains tomorrow, he may be sort of in with contention for a place in the squad on Saturday.
And just mentioning one who won't be in contention on Saturday, Kylian Kouassi has gone out on loan for a month, I believe, to Hampton and Richmond. Presumably just want to get games under his belt at a decent level.
Absolutely. I mean, he's been fantastic. He deserved to be involved with the first team, and obviously he signed his contract in the summer. He had a great pre-season. He's certainly looking fitter and stronger than he did when he started. And we just feel that it's for his benefit and ours for him to go out and play men's football. Because he's only really played under 18s football up until pre-season. So it's just important for us to get him out, learning the game. He's going out to Hampton and Richmond. We know Gary McCann really well. We know that him and Freddie Hyatt will look after him and be telling him the right things that will then benefit him for when he comes back to us to be involved with our first team. So yeah, all being well, he can stay fit and have a run of games and hopefully get amongst the goals, and then we can use that to our benefit when he comes back. But it's good for him to go out and get that experience of men's football.
That's brilliant. Well, thanks, Jason. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Good luck against Carlisle, and we'll catch up after the game.
Great stuff. Cheers, Tony.